The
And then
Verdict
you had some
Podcast.
women who were like, listen, I used to get picked up by grown men all the time. I was fucking a grown man when I was younger, and they seemed to act as if it was no big deal because they agreed to it. And they don't understand that they were typically in a part of sexual abuse. You were being sexually abused. What do you think about these scenarios? And have you been the girl that was in that scenario? Let's talk about it. What's your verdict?
You know what? Honestly, I remember when I went to Catherine Ferguson High School, which Catherine Ferguson was the school where teen mothers went. I was sitting in class, right? 215, they was about, 16. One girl told me, my baby daddy 32. I'm take my glasses off.
Wow.
32. Then another girl said, my baby daddy 34. And they was talking as if it was normal. And then what's even more disturbing, you have their mothers who allow this type of behavior. Something that really disturbed me was the Naziah Harris case. Now, that really disturbed me when they read the text messages.
Yeah.
Naziah and, Jarvis going back and forth. I've seen a lot of women victim shaming Naziah. Oh, that girl is fast and all that. What you got to understand is this girl didn't just become this way. This was a taught behavior. This was grooming. This was manipulation. I'm never going, and that's the problem why this shit keep happening. Victim blaming. That's another reason why a lot of women are scared to come out because they're afraid of being victim shamed. And we got to stop this type of behavior. I thought it was, cute to, mess around with, older men and all of that. But looking back at that now, like, oh no. It was inspiration to write this book because I've seen, I've seen scenarios. I've never messed around with a, real older guy. But I've seen scenarios where young girls were messing around with older men and, they thought it was cool. The whole, the hood knew about it. Nobody said nothing. They thought the shit was normal. It's not.
Yeah.
So
and here's the thing. We've all seen this situation. We know people that's been in this situation. But what they don't understand is, regardless if the young girl was fast or she wanted it or whatever the case may be, what is lacking is parenthood. A lot of these children who are in this situation, who think that it's okay to deal with an older man, who have been subjected to this type of behavior, they probably don't have a father in the house. The mother is probably working constantly, so she can't keep her eye on her daughter. These type of things is hurting our society. And even if you don't have parents in the household, you still have to have some type of role model around, an auntie or grandma. In the Jarvis case with the Naziah young lady, she was around aunties and she was around grandmothers who still wasn't paying her no attention.
And
they wasn't caring for her. They knew about it and they were accepting this. So we can't always neglect the fact that these people have been let down by society. A lot of times.
And what was disturbing with the Naziah Harris case was the auntie knew about it, but she was upset. It seemed as though she was more upset with Naziah, and not your sick-ass boyfriend who doing the shit that he doing to, your niece. And and it disturbs me that we have people who will literally blame an 11-year-old, 12-year-old, 13-year-old child and not this sick motherfucker who's doing this.
Because let's talk about it. Those men are definitely sick. Because there is nothing that a 25, 30-year-old can see in a 15-year-old besides pussy. And as Dondada said, that's pervert activity. Let's talk about it. Y'all uncles, y'all daddies, y'all brothers that's participating in this shit, if you really love them, you would tell them that this is unacceptable. This is a child. Period, point blank, in the end.